Me and my friends were going to Glacier National Park. We made it after 6 to do some night hiking. We started up the trail looking at beautiful views when we noticed that it was getting dark. My friends and I enjoyed hiking, but we were still inexperienced at night. At some point, we got off trail, but we figured it out, turned around and started back. Then we realized how quiet it had gotten. No insects, no birds, nothing. This would mean there is a large predator around. We all began to get scared. Then we heard it. The howls of terror from up the mountain. We all ran. Looking back, we saw glowing eyes that were coming fast. That's when we split up. But these things were catching up. My one friend appeared on my right. We ended up running together. Then I cut off from him. It was my last effort. My friend started screaming. I kept running, tears streaming down my face, realizing I was leaving my friend to die. His screams for help turned into screams of pain. Then complete silence, like he never existed. Enthused, I started hearing that terrifying howl again and panicked. Then I saw the parking sign, ran past it, scrambling for my keys. I repeatedly pressed the button on my key fob, slammed into my door, got in and started my car. I drove away, looking out the window at 2 glowing eyes. I reported the incident, but my friends were never found.
I had recently moved from the East Coast to the West Coast. I have an okay 9-to-5 job, but it wasn't fulfilling. I decided to get my barber's licenses and open up a barber shop and move all the way across the country. My family and friends all said I was crazy. I know, but I didn't care. I needed more out of life. And despite their criticisms, my business has been doing great. My customers love me, and they always book out 3 to 4 months in advance. Anyway, it was a Friday night. I was sweeping hair, about to close the shop up when the phone rang. I answered the phone, but there was only silence. Probably the wrong number, I figured, and hung up. I was making sure all my clippers were put away when the phone rang again. I stopped what I was doing and went to answer the phone. Again, silence, no answer. I took a look at the number and it said unavailable. That was strange. Almost everyone who called had an actual number pop up. I hung up, went to grab my jacket, which had the shop keys in it. I was about to leave and turn the lights off when the phone rang again. I don't know why I did it. I could have just left and went home, but for some reason I went back to the phone and picked it up. I wish I hadn't. My mouth dropped as a deep-bassed male's voice just started listing off my super personal information. He said my full name, my parents' names, my birthday, high school, college, and even my new address. I asked who the hell this was, but they had hung up. I looked at the call records, and it said the number was unavailable. I stood there in my shop, stunned and terrified. Whoever it was never called back, and nothing ever came of this. I never figured out who it was, but it still haunts me knowing that someone out there has this information.